Honorable Prime Minister of Uganda, the outgoing Vice President, His Excellency Edward Sekandi, the Chief Whip, the Minister for Security, the Minister of State Office of the Vice President, the outgoing Minister of Office of the Vice President. Her Excellency, the Vice President of Uganda, and the Prime Minister, first of all, I want to congratulate you for catching the eye of the appointing authority, and in his wisdom, he appoints you respectively as the Vice President and the Prime Minister. And also at the same time, congratulate the new ministers who are here, the Chief Whip, the Minister for Security, the Minister of State for Office of the Vice President, also for having been appointed. Right Honorable Excellency the Vice President, the Office of the President, I don't want to waste a lot of my time, your time, because you have other issues you are going to handle after this meeting. The mandate of the Presidency is derived from Article 98, 99, and 108 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. In particular, the mandate of the Presidency is to support His Excellency the President and His Excellency Her Excellency the Vice President, to enable them perform their constitutional duties efficiently and effectively, and in order to prepare the country to prosperity through, one, providing overall leadership of the state through promotion of good governance in public institutions and civil society, sustaining a system of gathering, analyzing, storage, and dissemination of security information to His Excellency the President, the Vice President, and other appropriate consumers, mobilizing the population for development, providing leadership in the management of public policy through formulation, monitoring, and evaluating the inclusiveness of the people-oriented public policies for effective service delivery, providing political leadership and coordinating national efforts against corruption, moral decadence, mainstreaming ethics and integrity to propel good governance. Having said that, Your Excellency, Her Excellency the Vice President, I want to assure you that the technical group in the Office of the Presidency will ensure that we support you, and we shall support you as we have been supporting His Excellency, the outgoing Honorable Sekandi. Your Excellency, the Vice President of Uganda, we have also a Minister of State who is in the Presidency, who is supposed to directly also assist you. And generally, the Minister will be assisting you in matters related to mobilization of women, youth, and people with disability, and linking them with the Presidents and any other duties which will be assigned. So, Her Excellency, I want to assure you that Office of the President, under my leadership, we shall try our best to ensure that we work as a team and uphold that issue which is Excellency on Monday earmarked that we should work to see that we have cohesion when you are executing our work. I want to assure you that we shall ensure that we have cohesion, and we shall support you and wish you success in your endeavors. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, the Secretary, the Office of the President. This material moment we'll hear from the Principal Private Secretary of the Office of the Vice President.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, the outgoing Vice President, the Honorable Chief Whip, the Honorable Minister of State, the Honorable Minister of Security, the Honorable Minister of State for Kampala, and the Honorable Minister of State, Office of the Vice President, the outgoing Minister of State, Office of the Vice President, the Deputy Head of Public Service and Secretary to Cabinet, the Secretary Office of the President, all staff, Office of the Vice President, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of staff, Office of the Vice President, I take this opportunity to congratulate Your Excellency, Honorable Jessica Lupo, on your appointment as the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda. I also take this opportunity to congratulate the newly appointed Ministers of Cabinet. I congratulate you, first of all, for having gone through the campaigns and also for being appointed ministers. I also wish to take this occasion to commend His Excellency Edward Chwanoka II upon his term of office of 10 years. I thank him for the further guidance and leadership provided to the office for the last 10 years. It was such a great time working for and with you, Your Excellency. To the new Vice President, Your Excellency Jessica Lupo, I congratulate you upon winning the elections and being appointed the woman Member of Parliament for Katakwi District. I salute you on being appointed Vice President and being the second in our country's history. I commit on behalf of the staff to provide necessary technical support to Your Excellency at all times to enable you effectively and efficiently fulfill your constitutional obligations as have been highlighted by Secretary, Office of the President. We, the staff, are fully at your disposal 24/7 for your leadership and assure you of our total loyalty and commitment. I once again, on behalf of members of staff, welcome you to the Office of the Vice President and also our new Minister in the Office of the Vice President. I welcome you, Honorable Diana Mutasingwa, and look forward to working with you. May God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, PPS, Office of the Vice President. For purposes of the media, the PPS Office of the Vice President is the Chief Administrator of that office, the cow of the Office of the Vice President. Like I said, this program is not going to be very lengthy. Now that we have had remarks from the PPS Office of the Vice President, we'll also, before the handover of His Excellency, the Vice President, to the incoming Vice President, we'll have the handover of the Minister, State Minister, Office of the Vice President. Yeah, after this, yeah. Now, before that happens, before that handover of the Minister, of the State Minister, Office of the Vice President, we'll hear remarks from the Head of Public Service, in which case represented here by the Deputy Head of Public Service. You are welcome, Madam.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of Uganda, Honorable Jessica Lupo, MP for Katakwi, the outgoing Vice President, His Excellency Edward II, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Nabanja, and the Leader of Government Business, The Right Honorable, do we have the deputies? No. The incoming ministers, Minister of Security, Honorable Jim Mwezi, the Chief Whip, Honorable Thomas Taiwa, Hajat Minsa Kabanda, Minister for Kampala Capital City and Metropolitan Affairs, Honorable Nankunda, Honorable Akelo Rose Lily, is she around? Yes, Mr. Around. And the Minister of State in Office of the President, the Secretary, Office of the President, and the Principal Private Secretary to the Vice President, Mr. Kibumbi. Good morning, everybody. I wish to welcome you to this important handover ceremony. I want to join the Secretary, Office of the President, in congratulating you upon your respective appointment in the executive arm of government. Similarly, I wish to congratulate all the incoming ministers upon your appointment on the commitments in the NRM manifesto and the NDP too. As Cabinet Secretariat, which I head, we shall provide administrative and technical support in one of your constitutional roles, namely the policy-making process, and in liaison with the respective permanent secretaries. Your Excellency, the Vice President, one of your tasks ahead of you is to chair cabinet meetings in the absence of His Excellency the President. And in your absence, the Right Honorable Prime Minister chairs. Since you have been in cabinet before, that should not be a difficult task for you. We will provide all the support as we have been doing previously. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank His Excellency, the outgoing Vice President, Edward Kiwanuka Sekandi, for his contribution to this country, where he was a Speaker of Parliament and the Vice President of Uganda. We appreciate and we thank you very much for being a patriot in this country and for being exemplary. I would also like to thank the outgoing ministers for their contribution in their respective ministries. Honorable Dr. Kasiri Batwoki is here. He was in the economic monitoring. We thank you so much for your input and also for working with us as civil servants, working very well with us as civil servants. Sometimes you find clashes between ministers and civil servants. We never had any problem with Dr. Kasiri, and we used to work with him very, very well. Thank you very much for your service. In a similar way, I want to thank all the other ministers in the Office of the President and Office of the Vice President and also Office of the Prime Minister for their contribution to this country in very many ways. You are not out of your respective portfolios, but you are not out of the country. So you remain a public figure, and we shall be meeting from time to time. But we thank you so much for all that you have put in. Your Excellency, the Vice President, the Head of Public Service has not been able to be here with us today. Therefore, I had to stand in for him. We wish you all the best in your new jobs, and as I said, we are available for you. for God and my country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the head of public service. During this meeting, I was also supposed to have the State House Controller, who apparently sent in her apologies because of the other engagements. She's not able to be with us here. But for the Vice President and the Minister of State coming in, you will always be interacting with her, Miss Lucy Nachove. At this material time, let me ask the ministers, the outgoing and incoming, to come up for their symbolic handover of office. Yes, thank you, Honorable Ministers. I now take this opportunity to invite the outgoing Vice President, His Excellency Edward Sekandi, to make his remarks. Because of the situation we are in, we can use the microphones that are in front of us so that we don't crowd on a single microphone. Okay, I've been told that we can sanitize and use the same microphone. Yeah, Your Excellency, you're welcome this way.
Your Excellency, Major Retired Jessica Arupo, MP, Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, Right Honorable Prime Minister and the Deputy Prime Ministers, Honorable Minister and Ministers of State, Deputy Head of Public Service, and Secretary to Cabinet, all members of staff present. Ladies and gentlemen, I have great pleasure and honor to congratulate Her Excellency Major Retired Jessica Arupo, MP, on being appointed to the second highest office the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda. I'm glad to note that you have set an important record as the second female Vice President in the history of this country. I take this opportunity to sincerely thank His Excellency the President for putting confidence in me to deputize him to serve the people of Uganda for the last 10 years. As Vice President, I've been deputizing the President as and when need arose. Equally, I have been performing such other functions assigned to me by His Excellency the President. I would like to thank the staff of the Office of Vice President, headed by the Principal Private Secretary, who have worked with me diligently for the last 10 years. I'm very optimistic that this technical team will support you in your new assignment. The Constituent Assembly to the 10th Parliament in Parliament. Since 1996, together we shall continue working for the development of Bukoto, Masaka, Uganda. I have prepared a detailed report which will enable you to appreciate the nature of the office of the Vice President, its functions and roles. Once again, I congratulate you on this momentous elevation to the second highest office in Uganda. The seal of the office, Uganda and East African flags, signifying my handover of the office to you with effect from today. I thank you for God and my country. Thank you.
May I invite the Vice President to come also? Your Excellencies, Your Excellencies, may you be seated. May I now invite the Right Honourable Prime Minister to make her remarks. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, Jessica Arupo, Honorable Member of Parliament Katakwi. Your Excellency, the Vice President, Emeritus Honorable Edward Sekandi, who is also my brother, Honorable Ministers, the outgoing and incoming, our senior technical staff, the press, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to thank you, Your Excellency, my sister Jessica Rupo, for inviting me to join you on this very important occasion when you are receiving instruments of power as the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda. Thank you so much. I want to thank the President, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni Tibuhaburwa, for elevating and appointing you to this very important office, and also giving me the opportunity to serve as Prime Minister of Uganda. Your Excellency, allow me to thank the outgoing Vice President. Your Excellency, Edward Sekandi, you have served this country with all your humility, with all the effort, energies. You did not spare any energy. Because there is time when you came to Kakumiro, the Mbogo clan, you know what you did for us. We are proud of you. Excellency, allow me to thank my brother, the Honorable Dr. Kasilva Toki, for the good work you have done for the country. And for my people of Kakumiro, we shall never forget your service. Thank you so much. Your Excellency, to have two ladies, you and me, in these very powerful positions, to serve our people is a historical moment and unprecedented. This is in addition to several other female ministers in other very important positions in cabinet and the rest of government. This now totals to almost 45%. 45% is a very clear indication and practical demonstration of HE, the President, and NRM government's commitment to the emancipation and empowerment of women. Your Excellency, we do not take this for granted. These positions of responsibility place a huge expectation on us from our citizens, and more so from the younger women out there who look up at us for inspiration. It is also an opportunity for us to demonstrate that, yes, women can, and that with God, nothing is impossible.
I have no doubt in my mind at all that we will deliver on the tasks before us to ensure effective service delivery to our people of Uganda. Importantly is the implementation of the NRM Manifesto, the third National Development Plan, and Vision 2040, all of which are aimed at improving the quality of life of our people by getting them into the money economy. Your Excellency the Vice President, Honorable Jessica Alupo, the Office of the Prime Minister and I pledge to work closely with you and your office to ensure the harmony and unity HE the President charged us with, and we shall do this the way, remember what he told us during our swearing-in ceremony. I wish you the best in your tenure and wish you God's blessings. For God and my country, I thank you.
Your Excellency, the Vice President.
The Right Honorable Robina Nabanja, the Prime Minister of Uganda, Your Excellency Edward Kiwanuka II, the outgoing Vice President of Uganda, my colleagues, ministers and ministers of state, the Office of the Vice President, and the entire staff of the Presidency, members of the press, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to say good morning. I have a few remarks which I have prepared to mention to you, but before I do that, allow me, Right Honorable Prime Minister, he worked with me in Parliament for a long time. Diana Princess, my minister, who is coming to work with me. I saw you exchanging documents, but you are politicians. Allow me, MC, to invite those two to make one statement each, and then I can proceed to read my remarks. I would like you to come together. Thank you very much for accepting my proposal. You can start, and then she will say.
Your Excellency, the Vice President, Right Honorable Prime Minister, Your Excellency, the outgoing Vice President, Ministers, dear friends, first and foremost, thank you for giving me a minute, and I will utilize it exactly. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Prime Minister. And I can only say one thing, my prayers. And I will be there for support. As you said, I've been around the corridors for some time, and during that time I've had some information, some exposure, and I'll be available to share it. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. And I want to congratulate my sister, Diana. This is the first time I met her, but we have started. And we shall have more sessions when we shall discuss. Congratulations, and you're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. The Vice President, retired Major Jessica Lupo, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, the outgoing and honored to speak to you today. I will have so very few words to say. I'm going to be working closely with the Vice President, and we have already started a good relationship to work for Uganda, the people of Uganda, and also to deliver the NRM manifesto and to work with each and everyone in the Vice President's office. I'm very humbled, and we're going to be working closely to make the Vice President's office a very bright and developmental office. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Thank you very much.
They have a photo together.
Thank you, MC, for allowing me make that humble intervention. Let me now say that I'm greatly humbled and honored to having been appointed the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda by His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Allow me also to appreciate the fact that I have been appointed to succeed His Excellency Edward Kiwanuka Sekandi, who has served Uganda very diligently as Vice President for the last 10 years. Prior to that, he had served Ugandans as Deputy Speaker of Parliament and also Speaker of Parliament. That speaks volumes, because the longevity of his service to this country means that he was dedicated to his work, and he was doing his work very satisfactorily to the appointing authority. So I would like to thank you very much, Your Excellency, Edward Kiwanuka Sekandi, for the service that you rendered to this country in those very many different capacities, and to all the people of Uganda. On this occasion, ladies and gentlemen, Right Honorable Prime Minister, allow me also to reiterate my appreciation to His Excellency, the President of Uganda, for appointing me to assist him serve the people of Uganda as Vice President. He has not only underscored a strong statement about my personal abilities, but he has uplifted and solidified the role of women in the development process of this country. Right Honorable Prime Minister, you and I know that in the cabinet which we are going to serve, His Excellency the President appointed 46% of women. We do not take this for granted. I would like to state here and now that we shall not let him down, and we shall not let you down, and we shall not let Ugandans down. Right Honorable Prime Minister and Your Excellency Edward Kiwanuka Sekandi, I would like to extend a glowing tribute to the people of Katakwi who elected me as woman MP to represent them in Parliament, because it was from Parliament that I was cast on the national scene, where His Excellency President Museveni identified me. Not just now, but earlier on when I served as Minister of State for Youth and Children Affairs, and also as Minister of Education, Science and Technology. So I would like to thank the people of Katakwi very sincerely, and all those well-wishers who supported me during that journey of the election process. Right Honorable Prime Minister, I am Your Excellency Edward Sikandi. I am strongly encouraged to meet a solid staff within the presidency, as it has been described by the head of public service, the PPS here, Mr. Kivumbi, and also the private secretary, Office of the President. I am very encouraged by your words, and I have come to believe that I am coming to work with a team which is very knowledgeable about what we would like to do for our country. Because this offers me a smooth landing, and together we shall fulfill our roles of supporting the President to transform our country. And I therefore hope that you will support me in my endeavor to mobilize the country towards household incomes, increased household incomes. When we mobilize the country towards increased household incomes, we are moving towards monetizing the economy. And when we monetize our economy fully, you and I know that we shall create more jobs, we shall enhance the production of more goods and services, we shall grow our technology, and consequently widen our tax base, and that will boost our economy. I would like to hasten to remind you that we owe the people of Uganda delivery of quality services guided by the ethos enumerated by His Excellency the President during the swearing-in of Cabinet on Monday, including but not limited to the following. Firstly, cohesion, zero tolerance to corruption, patriotism, service delivery, and East African integration. I am confident that we will be discussing more on how we can move our country to the middle income status, conclusion, Right Honorable and Your Excellency, I would like to invite all of you to pay glowing tribute to our outgoing Vice President, His Excellency Edward Kiwanuka Sekandi, for heading the Vice Presidency for the last 10 years. And you and I know that he headed the Vice Presidency very ably without making any errors. I'm therefore indebted in following on his footsteps. As an elder, a seasoned politician, and a public servant, we hope, Your Excellency, you will continue to keep your door open and let us continuously seek your guidance and inspiration. So that we can continue building on what you left in the office. I would like to promise that the office will continue being in close contact with you, either digitally or physically, because we know your contact and we also know your address. I would like to wish you God's protection, good health, and having said that, I would like also to congratulate again Right Honorable Prime Minister for assuming that office and starting the work vehemently. And as I said the other day when you were having a task force meeting, that we have high expectations from you. Firstly, we know you are going to lead a team of ministers very ably, and you have my full support. My office and your office will always work very closely together for the common good of the people of Uganda. From the President, let's be mindful of the grassroots, the people beneficiaries for the good of the management of our country. Right Honorable, Your Excellency, Ministers, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to me.
Your Excellencies, Right Honorable Prime Minister, honorable members, the ministers and the ministers of state, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the close of this function, and like we said, we're lucky you have kept our time within our time, and I think we'll be able to meet the next engagements. We will have a photo opportunity for the Vice President and the Prime Minister and the members of the cabinet who are here, but that will be outside after us we leave. Before we do that, we'll again stand up for the anthems. Thank you.
If we get vaccinated now, observe social distancing, wear a mask properly, sanitize or wash our hands with soap and water regularly. Together we can defeat this enemy.
Guess what happened yesterday? I entered the what? The taxi. But the pregnancy is from the what? The generator. Then my phone does tutu. And the toothbrush breaks in the what? In the porridge. Then I call who?
Wait, what?
First wait. I am still telling you. Then the jerrycan does what?
Love to talk? MTN My Paka Paka now has more minutes. Get My Paka Paka voice bundles to talk and talk at no extra charge. Dial *160*1# to activate My Paka Paka.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
I take the opportunity to welcome Honorable Christine Apolot from Kumi. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Now, Honorable, you have a background of having worked in local government. You were a district councillor, then chairperson LC5. Now, last year when we had a pandemic in 2020, you're still the district chairperson of Kumi. Tell us your experience. How did you facilitate the fight, the stemming of the spread of coronavirus in your district?
Okay, I give glory to God for giving me the opportunity to serve the people of Uganda, and especially the people of Kumi, in those various political positions, and now as a woman member of parliament for Kumi district. I have had some experience now. As a chairperson of Kumi district local government, I was a member of the district task force. The RDC was the chair of the district task force. And now as a member, and also as a political head of the district, I made sure that I was attending all district task force meetings. Our district task force was slightly bigger. We had about 33 members. We had to include the district health team, RDC, DSO, LC5, Secretary Health, and then and then the in-charges, including religion.